Hey, what's up, everyone? We are going to try a live feed today on this Giving Tuesday. If you don't know what Giving Tuesday is, that is the day where a lot of nonprofits come together and they begin to share their vision with others, with the world, a lot of times through social media, and it gives other people a chance to jump in and to be a part of making an impact, a difference in the world. And so I'm going to try this live stream thing. I'll probably stick my foot in my mouth a few times, but I just don't want to keep re-editing a video over and over and over again. So let's dive in today. What I'd like to do, just for about 5 to 10 minutes here, is share what the vision of Unusual Soldiers is. That's the ministry that I run. I'm the founder of that. And also I want to share with you some ways that you could jump in, some unique ways that you could jump in and be a part, be involved. And I'm pretty pumped about some of the things that are happening in Unusual Soldiers around the world right now. So hey, if you don't know what this is, if this is just a strange word to you, Unusual Soldiers, it is a weird name for a ministry, but let me share with you kind of well, I hate to do this, but let me share with you about a movie that had an impact on my life in the 90s, all right? So Braveheart was one of them, but this is not Braveheart. This is, in fact, this is a movie that I'm a little embarrassed to admit that I like, and I can't believe I'm putting this on social media, all right? But I couldn't even sleep for 3 nights after seeing this movie. That's how much it kind of shook me to the core. And yes, it's this embarrassing movie right here, Titanic. Now, the part that had an impact on my life was not this I can fly romance scene, none of that kind of stuff, all right? But it was the fact that historically that this really happened. And the moment that I began to see this take place in the movie, my heart was shook to the core, especially when I saw the rescue boats and the lifeboats come out of the main ship, and these people were trying to decide what to do with all the others that were drowning. Some people in the boat said, hey, let's return, let's go back, let's rescue. But then others in the boat said, that's too dangerous. We don't want to go back. We don't want to rescue. And so there was this dilemma that took place in a lot of those lifeboats. And I remember after watching this movie, having that kind of same sensation in my heart of man, God, if you could use me metaphorically somehow in that way to be a lifeboat, to be a rescuer, to be one that will risk to help others make it so. And I think that's an image of what Unusual Soldiers aims to be. There's this drawing that an artist drew years ago, and this is of a vision of a guy named William Booth. And what you see here, if you can see closely, is you'll see kind of an image of what our world looks like. There's a lot of broken people. In this one, they're in the water. They're asking for help. They're in need of rescue. Some of them are maybe struggling with different things or different sins. Maybe there's different humanitarian crises happening here. And so if you look at this closely, you'll see some people made it to rescue. And then some are reaching down to rescue others. And some have made it to what we would even call hope in Christ, and they've made it to that safety in their life. And what we'll see is some people are just going up a trail and they're satisfied they made it, but others are aiming to rescue. And so what Unusual Soldiers, our ministry, aims to do is to go out to rescue. But we are not a ministry that's aiming to have a big old ship. And we don't want to be a big ministry. We don't want a lot of maintenance. That's not the goal of our nonprofit. Our nonprofit is more like this. We want to just be a small ministry, handful of people out trying to rescue, out trying to bring help and hope to people that are far from the shore. In fact, if you look back at this image, you'll notice here there's actually a rescue boat out there. This is what Unusual Soldiers is in my mind. It's a small rescue boat out there that's far from shore. Our ministry, our goal is not to be close to shore. Our ministry, we call it the 3Ds. Our calling is to go to the dark, to the dangerous, and to the difficult places. The places that nobody else wants to go to. Those are the places that our ministry longs to go to. And if you were a part of our ministry this past year, if you get our newsletter, I know a lot of you guys jumped in and you were part of one of those rescue missions last year. We launched a video called Water Walkers, and we helped a village in Turkana bring water to their village. And it was exciting to see what God did. In fact, about probably at 2 p.m. this afternoon, we're going to release part 2 of Water Walkers. So you guys that jumped in and were a part of that rescue mission through your funds, we're going to let you know kind of what's happening now after it took place. We love taking people on the journey visually to some of these places as best we can. And you'll see a new endeavor launched this year, probably on St. Patrick's Day. Every year you're going to hear us launching kind of what we call a primary endeavor. But there's also a lot of smaller endeavors taking place. And I want to bring some of those to your attention, because Unusual Soldiers isn't just a lifeboat. That's not the goal of our ministry, just to be one lifeboat going out to help a community somewhere in the world. But our dream and our mission is to send out lifeboats, many of them. And this is what gets me excited. This is what keeps me awake at night. This is what I live for. This is the ministry of Unusual Soldiers. And so you'll see at our ministry, we do some training programs here. We're training Americans mostly to go into dark, dangerous, difficult places. That's why we train them in survival as well as missions. We train them how to handle hostile encounters overseas, things like that. And so you'll see that we do some very unique training, because we're training people to go far from shore, to the dark, dangerous, difficult places. But what we've also noticed as we've endeavored over the years to different places is that there are a lot of people, I'll call them the global soldiers. There's a lot of people overseas that are already have this burden and this passion for a dark, dangerous, difficult place. Many of them love the Lord. They're humble people and they have a vision. But what I love doing is helping them fulfill that vision, helping them pioneer into some of these difficult regions of the world. And so one of the things Unusual Soldiers loves to do is I say, the people are already there. We love to put gas in their boat to help them get to those places, to help them launch these visions, these dreams that they have of making an impact, of bringing help or hope to some of those difficult regions of the world. And so on our website, unusualsoldiers.com, you'll notice there's a new link called Endeavors. And if you were to go to that, you'll begin to see some of the endeavors that are taking place around the world. And you'll see there's a lot of strange names we use on our website because of security reasons. But it'll share who the leader is, kind of what their mission is. And if you were to go, you would see on the website, you would see some of these faces right here. Let me see if I can make this work. These are just some of the endeavors taking place. And we have a guy going to the cave people. All right. Now that's a strange name. I know these people used to live in caves. This specific people group, the area he's going with his group does not live in caves, but they are very poor. They are impoverished. In fact, they have no electricity. You have to hike through a river to even get to these people. So it shows you how cut off they are. And so God's using this guy, we'll call him Manziel, to go into this region. Let me skip over here. These street kids, right here is another vision that Unusual Soldiers is launching. These guys are these children in this area of Uganda are growing. There's so many street kids in this area. You can look it up on the internet. And so our main contact there, he is going in to reach out to these street kids, but also to provide a home for them. And so again, we're trying to put fuel in his boat to make that possible. The guy that's leading this charge, he was once a refugee in Congo, and he's already, when he moved to Uganda as a refugee, he already planted at least one church in Uganda, and I think a couple others, and now he's got this vision. And so God has used this guy over and over again. Here's a familiar one, though. What's amazing is if you watch the video later today, you'll learn that not only was water brought to this village, but a school was launched after water was brought to the Turkana village. And so we are now trying to assist this school, assist this teacher that's brave enough to travel out there in kind of this conflict area. And it's amazing to see what God's doing next. And just so you know, some of the funds that were raised for the Turkana last year overflowed. And so we are using some of those funds now to help with this school in this particular village. We have a scout that will be going into into the Horn of Africa. If you don't know anything about the Horn of Africa, it's a dangerous place. It's a place where few people go. It's a place, if you're of a different religion, you can kind of be targeted. It's a place of terrorism, and it's also a place of famine. And our goal is to go in there and to discover how to best bring love to these people, the love of Christ. We would love to assist in a humanitarian effort there to show them that we care about them, that they're not forgotten. Even though we are a different faith, we hope to build a bridge with these people that have been pretty hostile towards Christians in the past. Here's another one. All right, these two take place in some of the highest mountains in the world, and there's a lady right here who goes up to this village, and these people were known as the Untouchables. The Untouchables are kind of a people in this area of the world that are born with a certain status, and this lady is trying to bring help to them. And a lot of these people now are believers in Jesus, and there's a dream for them now to have a physical church building. And so we are trying to raise funds for a church building, for land, for this group that was once known as the Untouchables. We want them to know they're a beautiful people, and that God can use them in a powerful way. So this one is also another very remote village that has been kind of cut off a little bit. Also a group of people that have been resistant to those of the faith. We're just trying to help them out, trying to send a guy up there that has a vision for these people that a lot of people have forgotten. This one here is a future wellness center that is going to help out drug addicts in Central America. And then we have over here is an international emergency fund just to help send people when crisis hits. So those are some. I skipped over some because they're kind of to be announced, and there'll be more details. But you can check out those on the website of Unusual Soldiers. And so our dream, again, is to send these people out. And so by the end of the year, we're trying to raise $20,000 by January 1st to help out with a variety of these endeavors to help launch these boats, these global warriors out, and to help assist them as they are the ones taking a risk to bring hope and help to some of these places around the world. So you can find out more about that information at unusualsoldiers.com. And again, I want you to know, though, the thing that fires me up probably the most is that as you click to give to an initiative at unusualsoldiers.com, to an endeavor, those funds are 100% going to the global mission of helping those guys get gas in their boats to endeavor for the Lord. 100%. No administration fees, nothing going to Caleb's salary. So basically on this Giving Tuesday, we're trying to give it all away, trying to help these people with these dreams and visions to go out and to endeavor boldly for the Lord, to bring hope and help to these dark, dangerous, difficult places. So, hey, that's a little bit about our ministry. I just wanted to let you know what's going on Giving Tuesday for us. And so around 2 p.m., though, today, you can watch our Water Walker video part 2 to see what happened when water came to this village that so many of you guys got behind and supported. So, hey, thanks for listening to this. If you chimed in, God bless you guys, and keep looking up.